Why do we give up before we even start? Welcome to Chill and Learning in English. Today we'll discuss a topic many of us struggle with. Why do we give up before even trying? Have you ever had an idea, a dream, or a goal, but instead of taking action, you hesitated, doubted yourself, and eventually decided not to do it? Maybe you wanted to go to the gym but thought you wouldn't be consistent. Maybe you wanted to learn a new skill but convinced yourself you weren't talented enough. And maybe you wanted to start a business but feared failure. And just like that, dreams remain dreams. Plans stay trapped in notebooks. We give up before we even begin. Why does this happen? Because our brains are wired for safety. They don't like uncertainty, challenges, or anything that might make us uncomfortable. So instead of focusing on potential success, we tend to imagine the worst case scenarios. What if I fail? What if people judge me? What if I waste my time? These thoughts become mental roadblocks that stop us from taking the first step. But have you ever asked yourself, what if I succeed? The saddest thing is not failure. The most unfortunate thing is never giving yourself a chance to try. Think about it. If everyone were afraid of failure, would there be successful entrepreneurs, talented artists, or people who's changed the world? Steve Jobs was once fired from the company he founded. J.K. Rowling was rejected more than 10 times before Harry Potter was published. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't the absence of fear. It's the willingness to take action despite the fear. So how do we overcome this? 1. Don't wait until you're ready. Many people think they need to be fully prepared before they start, but the truth is, you will never feel 100% ready. If you wait for the perfect moment, you'll be waiting forever. Just start. Learn as you go. Gain experience along the way. You don't need to be great, but you must begin to become great. 2. Learn to manage fear. Fear of failure is expected, but instead of letting it control you, try to control it. Whenever you feel afraid, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Most of the time, the answer isn't as bad as you think. Failure is not the end. It's a lesson. A step back doesn't mean the journey is over. 3. Small actions, significant results. You don't have to take massive leaps right away. Start small. If you want to write a book, write 1 page a day. If you wish to exercise, start with just 10 minutes a day. If you want to learn a skill, dedicate 15 minutes daily to practice. Small, consistent actions lead to significant transformations over time. 4. Stop comparing yourself to others. Another reason we give up before starting is that we see already successful people who feel like we can't measure up. But remember, everyone starts somewhere. You don't have to be better than others. You need to be better than who you were yesterday. Now imagine this. If you decide to take action today, how different will your life be a year from now? And if you choose to do nothing today, a year from now, you'll still be in the same place. In the end, success doesn't come from avoiding mistakes. It comes from trying, failing, learning, and trying again. So don't give up before you start. Don't let fear steal your opportunities. And don't look back years later with regret, wondering what could have happened if you had just tried. Thank you for listening to Chill and Learning English. If you found this episode helpful, please follow us for more content. See you in the next episode. Naarpadavadu. Search. Reason.